away the victor here of the second weekly of August. Will it be 3DB or will it be Beastyqt here on the Frisian Marshes?
Spawning it on the right side is going to be Beastyqt with the Mongols in blue, and to the north, it is B in the Holy Roman Empire in red. Looking at Twitch chat, the votes are essentially split 50-50 between the two. No one knows what's going to happen in this game. We can't really make a lot of predictions over here because we have so much uncertainty, and Twitch chat also seems quite uncertain about who's going to take this home here. Look at that. Scout moving out here for B, and that's a lot of sheep to take home.
Yeah, and B's going to get him. Look at that. Where's the con? Not here.
Not here.
Wow.
Oh, he's going to miss out on the sheep on the right side, or at least for the time being. Oh no, he turns around. Oh, this could have been even better. Yoink some more away from Beasty, but Beasty avoids a massive disaster because he could have missed out on all of those. But as I'm saying that, Caster Curse coming in, losing all of those sheep. Oh,
if he loses
so
his con at this point, it's definitely GG.
Oh man, that's gonna be painful.
Okay, so a rather forward Uvu, by the way. That's it. It ain't exactly close to his town center. There's his goal. Of course, you now start with Mongols with that gur. You don't have to chop for it to build it. Will he do any type of barracks action here? It looks like he is chopping for wood. So, yep, that's what he's going to be doing. So will this be a tower rush here? I mean, obviously, you might just need the spearmen because there's no telling what the heck B might do any game, right?
I mean, Beasty loves his tower rush by default, so let's be honest. In any game, when Beasty is in command of the Mongols, tower rush is a reality. Question is, what is B going to do here? He's chopping a straggler tree for the time being with 5. Is he working his way towards a barracks?
He's up to something. Yeah, he's up to something, that's for sure. He's getting his gold too, but yeah, I think a tower rush will be coming across the field from Beastyqt. Okay, he's going to be building a tower to defend himself there. Gonna take a little bit longer to build than it used to, but he'll get that up.
Yeah, I could have seen a potential in dropping a barracks and going for a couple of spears and then using the prelate to heal them to offset your numbers disadvantage, but a tower could also work quite nicely over here. We'll have to see where Beasty is gonna be able to drop a tower, if there is gonna be any coming from him.
Yep, and so he's got that defensive tower, just knowing, hey, there's probably some pressure coming here. He's even gonna build a second tower in case one wasn't enough.
I guess safety is a key concern, although Beasty might be able to find an angle. I'm not sure why you need a tower at the back of your gold in the first place, because there's still going to be a chance for Beast to maybe sneak a tower to the right side of that gold. It's going to be a very delicate placement, and it's going to be insanely difficult to pull off for Beasty, but he seems to be intent on doing something like that because the villager is still heading forward.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've seen a double defensive tower emplacement before anything arrives before, but he's got it.
Tower. He's waiting for it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there it is.
So what's that even
If you're B, you cancel. Cancel the back tower, go for the front.
Oh boy.
Decided not to do that. He could still pull villagers, keep in mind. And he can heal all of those up.
Yep, so we've got bringing some villagers out to try to deal with tower. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh, he detached the sheep!
Oh, he is so lucky he only lost one of those.
That could have been a disaster. He detached the sheep. He actually attached them to the back of the scout once again. Now the spearmen arrived though, and with that the tower is going up, and this is concerning for B, especially because his backup gold is to the right of this one, will also be inaccessible if this tower go up.
Yep, and I really thought he was about to lose all those sheep. I was just like holding my breath. That was scary.
Could have been a massive blunder, especially in the decider game over here. Tower under attack by the scouts, also being fired upon by the TC and the additional tower. Looks like this one is gonna be cancelled. Beastie is going to bail on this one. Aachen Chapel coming in at the back line.
Edge of the map.
Yeah.
You know, B's probably laughing. He's like, psh, this is child's play. I'd have 3 town centers by now. That's how he plays his Mongols.
Here comes the tower. I think he was waiting for this. He's been planning this for a long, long time. He was just waiting for Beastie to have like an 80% completion to that tower, so he delays as much as possible. Should be able to get the defensive tower up. Might even be able to yoink the villager away. Villager shifts side. Villager, is it in range?
Oh, you almost
tower
did
goes
it.
up. That's what matters. tower went up. If that tower is a little sooner for B, he could have denied this altogether.
I gotta say one thing I've noticed about B is, I don't know if you call it overcommitting, but he always, like, if it's time to build a tower, he puts every villager on that tower or whatever it might be. Like, we've seen him often pulling lots of villagers to do actions that some people might just take one or two.
Yeah, I mean, commitment is never a big issue, right? It's not a problem if you commit to things. Sometimes it's the overcommitment that could kill you, but all you want to do is minimize the overcommitments, because sometimes it's better to just commit everything you have and gain yourself a specific position rather than just completely collapsing because you underreacted.
Look at, he's got 3 towers on his gold mine, but that wall, or that tower there on that wood, that pushes him back to just the northern corner, and being pinned down here is not a good thing.
Yeah, it got scary for a brief moment. I got scared for B that he's gonna get pressured by the spearmen on those lumberjacks. Or, well, on the Aachen builders. Now, here come the Khan and the spearmen harassing those villagers. A prelate is enough to heal these villagers back up, but you need something that deals with these. Maybe a man-at-arms or just archers or something.
I was thinking he didn't have enough wood for a lumber camp, and, you know, was quickly remembered that, oh, he's got a big lumber camp right there.
Indeed. Preemptive tower coming up here. Once again, that big commitment coming up, and as you said, he is very committed on these reactions. But that's sometimes good, because you want to make sure that this tower goes up. You don't want to underreact in here. And you see the result, he's going to get away without a single villager being lost, and he's going to have his lumberjacks secured.
Yeah, I feel like BC's though got a decent amount of pressure going on here. 16 villagers, or 16 sheep rather, under the towns in there, so some nice amount of sheep. Nothing inside these outposts, but yeah, he does have the emergency repairs. Wait, does he not?
I don't think that tower has one.
Oh my gosh, that is a whoops. Can he place a foundation?
That's a problem. Imagine losing all 3 of those towers also gives a ton of resources here to B, and now you get the feel that B is reacting nicely. The problem is that he's being slowed down so much. He's still unable to get the resources, and we could be entering the domain where the Mongol player beats the HRE to castle, which is never a good sign. B has to react so much to this one, and I feel like he just wanted to play tower defense, and it would have been much better for him if he just makes any kind of army, really. Anything that deals with spears, archers, or like 2-man-arms, something. Because he has to commit to so many towers. How many are there? Like 6 towers? For the price of like 4 spearmen, that is a great trade for Beastyqt.
I just don't, I can't believe he opened blind into 2 towers right at the beginning. It's kind of crazy, but maybe there's a method to the madness. It seems like a big investment, but here we go. 1, 2, 3 barracks coming down right now, and B is certainly going to be staying here in the second age and training up, I can only assume spearmen, because he's not gathered a whole lot of gold.
Emergency repairs coming up here, saving the house for the time being, and now it's a triple barracks. There are some very sudden swings in the approach of B. For a long time he's not making any army, and then dropping triple barracks. Is it coming too late though? Because look at what Beastyqt is doing at the back of this. He's going into Castle Age, and keep in mind that Beastyqt, we haven't checked his base for a while. He might as well be shore fishing, because it's not like B is doing anything to him. It's not like there's any counterattacks. So Beastyqt could get away with a ludicrous amount of shore fishing. I wonder if he actually does that. No.
I saw another barracks being dropped down. This is so strange to watch after we just watched, you know, like a 45-minute back and forth game, and then you see this scrappy beginning to this in the first 10 minutes of this round 5. We have 4 barracks and an archer range here, and towers everywhere.
Yeah, and the problem here is that, as I said, I feel like Beastyqt isn't even exploiting this opportunity to the fullest. He could easily go fishing and exploit this position even more, but even without that, he's winning big time, because B was just so reluctant to add any army, and by the time he started adding that, it might be a little too late, because you see, he's losing buildings over here, giving resources to Beastyqt, but what's more concerning is that he's nowhere close to Castle Age, whereas Beastyqt's already on the way.
Oh, and he can't even afford a whole lot of man-arms. He's being pushed off gold right now. Is he going to lose a second tower for free? And that's just resource. Did he catch on fire? No, he didn't get the res. That was close. Very close.
Yeah, for now he's holding. The problem is that holding by itself is going to be insufficient. Oh, having to add farms this early, that's sad. It's not even in the range
Wait,
of
hold
the
on.
Alchemy Chapel, or at
He's
least
got
some of them aren't.
sheep. He's got plenty of sheep. sheep.
I
I
don't
guess
know.
you're supposed to run.
It's just so awkward, right? Like, he probably has a bunch of wood and he just wanted to make something with that. But the problem is that he is just being slowed down so tremendously, and you get the feel that this feels more like desperation rather than like a clear and concise game plan.
Yeah. I bet you he's about to just bring like 30-man arms across the map. Going to be taking out Uvus, all kinds of stuff. That's his plan all along.
Finally cleans up the tower, so he's gonna get this gold mine back. But look at the timing on this one. He's nowhere close to Castle Age, and Beasty is in Castle. And we will see some Lancers hit the field very soon. We can see some man-arms out there. And now Beasty moves out for Shorefish. He's realizing that his opponent is so light that he could easily get away with the greediest of all greed. Because there's nothing from B that can easily punish him. Slow-moving army for B, still busy to clean up this aggression. By the time they get there, Beast is gonna get thousands of resources from those Shorefish bonds.
I think those villagers are running out to collect that first place check that he's close to obtaining here.
Oh, yeah. Not
Man-arms
looking
going
good.
to the north side. He's wiped out the towers, but it's taken a whole lot of investment, and he is in the second age.
And look at that, double Shaman coming in straight away. Beast is about to start yoinking the relics, which means that B is gonna have nothing left for him by the time he gets to Castle Age. Could easily force him to go for the Burgrave Palace. I'm not sure if that's a
what I was
positive or a
wondering.
negative, but you get the feel that in the current situation, it's more like a negative.
And it looks like BC's going to be spamming out some crossbows here because he knows what he's dealing with.
Yeah, well, he's facing archers, not something that you commonly see from the HRE for sure.
Yeah, I like that ×2 shaman there. I don't think that's something I see very often, but yeah, cool.
Looks like the final tower is about to get cleaned up, but Beastie has bought himself such an amount of time. And now he's got the crossbows out there to start picking off those men-at-arms. Those are Feudal Age men-at-arms, by the way, so they're a lot more vulnerable than Castle Age men-at-arms are. Shaman will pick up the relics, and you get the feel that now Beastie is turning on cruise control. B is trying to find his way to Castle Age, but he's yet to start mining gold. And you get the feel that everything that he's doing is just coming too little too late.
Yep. I'm trying to see his path out of this here. He needs to collect a whole lot of gold to age up, which like, is he just gonna fight this out in age 2? Like, what? I don't know how he's gonna try to age up, but he's gonna be going up against crossbows. Like, could he get horsemen or something? I don't know.
Me neither. I'm actually wondering whether Beastie is contemplating a second TC here. Because that could be something to consider for him if he wants to make his lead even larger. For now, it looks like he's playing 1 TC only. The good news, the only good news really for B, is that his villager count is even to Beastie's. So there might be a small glimpse of hope still left in there for him, but he's an age behind. Beastie's gonna have the relic advantage. Beastie's on Shorefish, whereas he isn't, and you get the feel that Beastie is just playing with much more confidence than B right now.
Oh, he's gonna stop the
That's a nice one.
the shaman. All I gotta say is this is gonna be the biggest bait and switch of all time if he's able to somehow turn this around, because he's definitely in an awkward position.
A lot of villagers exposed over here. You do have a tower with arrows that's coming up. Potential for B to do some damage over here on those Shorefish villagers. Quite a lot of archers, actually. This is not something that Beastie expected. Archers, not something that you commonly see here from the HRE, but with the man-at-arms of Beastie hitting the field, he should have something to deal with those.
Yeah. Those crossbows just dealing so much damage when they do get those volleys off.
Oh yeah, Khan is also helping out, pursuing, tanking some of the damage. Now Man-at-Arms is coming in. Another conversion attempt here. Once again, failing for Beastie. He's gonna get his second Shaman picked off. Still though, B is just stuck in Feudal Age. Slowly running out of sheep as well. Possibly at the worst time.
Yeah, if he gets pushed down back into his base without food, that could be a big problem. Those man-arms right now wailing on his army. He's trying to make the best situation and micro his archers forward to take out the crossbows, but this man-arm's going to just continue to pick off his units.
Looks like B is committed to Feudal Age though. He is going for double blacksmith upgrades, as you see on the north, or on the top of the screen rather. Double blacksmith upgrades, full archer, full man-at-arms. He's trying to make something happen in Feudal Age, realizing that Castle Age is just a distant dream. But yeah, mangonels are coming up, relics are coming in for Beastyqt. I don't know. I don't feel the potential over here. Although, if the mangonel is unfinished, it's cancelled.
Yeah, look at that. He did cancel it. That's a
Crossbows
nice
now.
little pickup for him, but trying to kill the shamans. Look like he's going to kill 2 shamans. The third one just popped out, but...
Oh yeah, but the price he's paying is massive. He killed 2 shaman for a price of like 6-7 men-at-arms over here.
Look at that. Yeah.
And he needs overwhelming numbers. He has a disadvantage in technology, so he needs numbers advantage, and he doesn't have that. It's even army with a better unit composition for Beastyqt, better technology as well. He can't afford to lose men-at-arms like that. And the problem is, as I said, he's stuck in feudal. He can't get to Castle Age because for that he needs to stop making army and then he dies to counterattack. But if he keeps making army, he will never reach Castle Age.
Yep, and we've got... how's he going to get the food he needs to age up? He's got the gold finally, actually. But he's got a little bit of an army out there, but those man-arms... He's just running around collecting up the relics. He's grabbing his 4th relic right now. There we go. That would be the 5th relic if he gets both of those home. Crossbows on the back line, dishing out damage to those man-arms. I just don't see how B's gonna hold on to this.
Even if he holds on, the problem is that a long game now favors Beastyqt. He loves to play long games, and he's gonna be on fire relics. That's the thing, right? Even if B survives, he's not going to tap out easily, by the way, because this is game number 5. The problem is that by having this advantage right now, Beast has set himself up well for the late game. So, at latest, in like post-Imperial, B is going to have serious trouble. For example, the fact that Beast is sitting on 5 relics, whereas he isn't even in the possession of 1.
I'd be really curious to know what his thoughts were behind all those towers he made at the beginning. It just seemed like a vast overreaction and just like a little bit of a misplay there that's kind of set him into this weird position that he's been in. Looks like he's going to be trying to come out across the field against these mangonel, but siege is going to be hard to deal with.
Yeah, looks like Burgrave Palace is indeed coming in, realizing that there is not a single relic left for him, so he's just gonna go for a Burgrave. That's his window. Overrunning the opponent with the Burgrave might work here. Remember, he still has the Archon Chapel, reasonable villager count. He could possibly facilitate a flood of units, especially if he starts mixing in some Landsknechte. That could be interesting. He's up against men-at-arms, he's up against crossbows. Landsknechte could swing this in his favor, but it's still a bit of a long shot right now for B.
Man, if he does it, it sure would surprise all of us here as he is currently aging up. BC does have a mangonel, but you know, mangonel aren't crazy good against men-at-arms spam that could be flooding towards him. So we've seen crazier things. Maybe B could pull it off as that Burgrave will be spamming out units, but the clock will be kind of ticking since Beastyqt has all 5 of those relics under his control.
And Shorefish as well. Remember that B is now farming, which is fine with the HRE. It's a great source of food, but it's a big investment to make. You had to add quite a lot of farms over here. Whereas for Beasty, he does have a great food eco coming from the Shorefish as well. Looks like now Beasty is ready to make a push just in time for B to reach Castle Age. And it's going to be a men-at-arms flood, going for the upgrade immediately.
How fast that is.
Yep. That's the power of the Burgrave, right? You can get the upgrade almost instantly. You could also benefit a lot from the Mace's upgrade.
He has to be anticipating that this is coming. Like, he knows he has all the relics. He's got to know that B's got the battle sense to see that. Look at this. He's just going to try to run around and raid. I guess he's just losing all his man-arms. I don't know. As that crossbow mass grows.
Yeah, for a brief moment, B was stacking up resources, so I was wondering whether he was contemplating Imperial, hoping that Beasty wouldn't attack him. But Beasty, seeing Castle Age, realizing what's up, he's going to send in his forces. There are some towers here to help defend. The problem is that the only unit that B has on the field are men-at-arms, essentially. Those will be wrecked by the crossbows.
Yeah, I don't know what his plan is to kill those crossbows right now. His man-arms are kind of, if you look at the minimap, they're dotted everywhere. There's one in the tree line, there's one in the south by the gold line, there's one mid, there's some in space. Oh, Trebuchet, okay.
Yeah, attraction trebuchet is now being added. You're going to start shelling those buildings. Emergency repairs should hold that one, but above all, this will keep B pinned inside his base, and that's what Beasty wants. Just not let him get any kind of map control. At some point, B is going to have to start running out of resources inside his base. That's what Beasty's playing for.
Oh, look at this.
That's actually pretty juicy pickups.
You know what's going to happen? B is going to pull all of his villagers and all his man-arms, and they're going to charge out and take out this Mongol army and lead them to victory. It could happen.
I mean, without the pass of Schwabia, it's not something that you would really want to do. That being said, he might be forced to do something like that, because now we're looking at 3 traction trebuchets, and they're stealing the starting town center. Also be lacking a lot of eco upgrades out there, so that's going to make his life much more difficult.
Yep. Okay, so I mean, PC wasted no time. He has so much gold right now. He just slapped down 1, 2, 3 trebuchets. He's got 2 mangonel, and he's just gonna sit here and siege his way to victory.
Oh yeah, emergency repairs was popped on the tower, but I think that was a bait by Beasty. He wanted to take down the TC, so he gets rid of emergency repairs, starts attacking the tower. His opponent B pops the emergency repairs, but now it means that you don't have emergency repairs for the town center, and it could be a rather easy way to get rid of that TC. Oh yeah, TC is going down here. No reaction from B. He's too busy microing his men-at-arms on the south that are counterattacking the base of Beasty. Good race though.
I
Really
keep
good
waiting
raids.
for B just to like make some kind of crazy
north.
push there.
Oh, that's a lot of villagers.
Center.
Beasty is being pushed by a bunch of men-at-arms here. Core is not really showing that to us right now, but there is like 15 men-at-arms inside the base of Beastyqt. There they are.
Oh, on the gold line.
Yeah, also on the food. They managed to kill quite a lot of villagers here, so that counterattack being quite efficient over here.
Yep. And he's on the map. He's getting his goal. He's lost 1 landmark. He's got another 2 standing, and of course, oh, I guess
no emergency repairs.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. And B was distracted before. He didn't start repairing his TC. There's a chance he's still distracted because he's trying to do as much eco damage as possible with these. Beasty, by the way, is on 2 TCs, so he's gonna be able to recover with the villager count pretty easily. And you already have the second landmark under attack. I wonder how long that Archon Chapel is going to stay alive, because the Burger Rave Palace is also gonna be in the range of those trebuchets. No emergency repairs because the TC is gone. And I think the Archon Chapel is about to go down.
I mean, he doesn't even have a whole lot of wood in the bank if it comes to like a trying to out-repair situation.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's a serious problem. Indeed, it's on fire, and you see no reaction still from B. It is as if he didn't even notice this. He's probably too busy trying to do eco damage at the base of Beasty, microing those men-at-arms to maximize the damage, but he just lost his second landmark, and he's only left with 1, the Burgrave Palace, with limited amount of wood to repair.
And a lot of crossbows out there running around. I don't know how he's gonna. He needs to go after this.
Yeah, Trebuchet is not setting up yet. Buying precious seconds over here for B. Beasty? Beasty is like half a minute away from winning the game if he sets up those trebuchets to fire at the Burgrave. There it is. And there is nothing for B to stop this with. He's got 36 men-at-arms, but where are they? They are not here, and they need to be here because that's the last landmark standing.
Oh my gosh. I thought he was going to try at least make 1 push towards this siege, but I don't know if that's even... Okay, it's closing in. I think I see man-at-arms coming from the southeast, so this is going to be it, guys.
Villagers coming in to repair. They are going to keep the Burgrave Palace repaired. And now the pinch from the left with the push from the south. It's a surround of the men-at-arms, and those guys do have the maces to slay the blue men-at-arms with. Siege weapons looking like they're going to survive this one, though. Towers also up to help here for Beastyqt. 1 trebuchet gets taken down, but most of the siege weapons survive for the time being. Crossbow is also taking a decent engagement against the men-at-arms here. B's numbers dropping. Crossbow's still alive here. Mangonel Fire also helping out quite tremendously. And looks like B is just running out of juice over here. Men-at-arms getting shredded. He is going to tap out, and Beasty completes the comeback. Down 2-0, wins 3 in a row, and wins the 2nd August weekly over here on Frisian Marshes. Closes it out.
What a reverse sweep. What a series, man. They had us on the edge of our seats. Early on here, it looked like in game number 3, B had, remember back on Holy Island, had all that water control. We're like, oh my gosh, he's gonna close this thing out. And BC has just one game after another. Brought this back. We had that Roos HRE game that was so back and forth, and then this just very decisive last game here for Beastyqt. So what a series this has been. What a day.
Indeed, but I am sure that Beastyqt has some things to say about this one, so
yeah,
let's jump into a very quick interview with our winner Beastyqt over here. Let's see what he has to say about this crazy set that we have just witnessed. Hello, hello.
Beasty.
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, good. How are you guys doing?
We're
We're
doing
doing
fine.
good.
How are
We're
you
hungry.
doing?
That was a long series, but
I'm hungry too. Trust me.
we're all hungry. We said Pesty needs to send us all pizza, when it gets to the 7.5 hour mark. But what do you think about that series? You just pulled off a crazy reverse sweep. Just what are your initial thoughts?
I don't know. It was. I knew he was gonna do that thing in the first map, but I was like trying to blind counter too much, and during the game I was like, oh, if he doesn't push, I'm just dead because he has 3 TC, and that's what happened. So I think his game plan on that map is go 3 TC, and then if the opponent like walls off or whatever, then he just goes macro. And then if the opponent doesn't do anything, he just all ends with TCs. So yeah, I kind of made a mistake of playing his game instead of just playing how I normally do. So
Yeah, that's what we kind of suspected. Is we figured you saw him do that in those previous series. It was like, I wonder if this is just going to make him try to react or do something different. We also saw there was a moment all your villagers ran to the other side of the trees. I'm assuming that was a misclick. Do you remember that?
I don't know how that happened. So I remember it. I just don't know why or how it happened.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, then we got to what game number 3, I guess, and it looked for a second that B had big control of the water, and we were starting to get worried that we're going to hang on. Did you have the confidence that game, or what was your plan there? It seemed like you just focused land and were able to close it out there with a huge gold rate.
Yeah, I feel like most players overcommit on water quite a lot on that map because they feel like, oh, if I just get the water, I'll win. But then they have nothing on the land. So, I mean, sometimes I play for the water control, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You gotta switch. And that Chad Knight killed like 15 villagers in the game.
Yeah, oh my gosh. We were watching it and screaming. We're like, what is going just when we
Yeah,
were like, it felt like he was at a huge lead, and then just like that happened. And the next thing you know, you brought back the whole series.
yeah, that it was the same Knight that was raiding the goal the whole game as well, which is the funny part. So he never died. And I mean, once I saw that, I was like, okay, he's probably dead. And yeah, I saw how many galleys he made, which was kind of a big mistake considering I didn't invest anything in water. So I don't know how many he had, but he had more than 3, and that was so many resources. So I knew that he probably doesn't have castle like anywhere close. And then when I killed
Mhm.
the villagers, and when I saw him like make production and then go for stone, I knew that he's trying to like I guess get the villager count up. But yeah, it worked out. It's funny because Rus is kind of bad there because there's no wolves. So it's actually hard to hit the 250 bounty, but it's not bad actually.
Um, Going into game number 4 out there's 4 likes. It's a map that you seem to like quite a lot, but it was the whole map of B. Did you really feel like you're playing the opponent's home map, or were you more than happy to play that map because it's possibly one of your better maps?
Yeah, I mean B picks it every week. Like since the map came out, that's his home map always against everyone. And I think I lost the first time I played against him on that map when he did the Barbican Rush. But after that, I think I've won every single game against him, and he keeps picking it against me. So and the funny thing is, I play HRE every single time against him on that map,
Yeah.
and he just keeps picking it and not banning HRE. So, I mean, I don't get it, but if he keeps doing it, I'll just keep picking HRE, and that's it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, looking at that HRE play from you, like people are talking how good Marine Lord is with the French. Now people start talking about how good you are with the HRE. Is it becoming one of your favorite civilizations in the game?
Yeah, it's been my favorite for like about 2 months. Like I played it before, HRE was OP, so now that it's really good, it's like, you know, it's even better for me because I invested a lot of time practicing it. Um, like some players choose to ban it against me, some players don't, but I think it's a really good civ, and I think it's a lot of fun to play. Like the fact that you can hit Imperial so fast, and that you have unique units in infantry, I think is really fun way to play the civ, and I think it's just a really good civ.
Well, we know you've been on here for a while, so we won't keep you too long, but I got one last question for you. I know you'll do a little breakdown of your series, I'm sure, on your stream tomorrow, but with there being a big patch last week, right? We had this August patch. Were there any changes in this past week, or rather, what changes stick out to you as far as how has the meta changed, like playing a weekend like we've had after that update? Is there anything that really felt different to you, or is it mostly just been completely the same?
I mean, Mongols definitely, like, you can feel they're better for sure. It's funny how basically giving them 100 wood has changed so much, but Mongols definitely feel more playable. Kind of like the old Mongols where you could hit castle faster or equally fast as other civs. So that's kind of back with nerf tower. So it's kind of like a nice balance of the civ, I would say. But my favorite change is actually the scout stealth forest interaction, because one of the most annoying things for me is playing high view and not like having a scout and he doesn't see anything, and it's like
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense, right? So that's my favorite change probably. But I would say the biggest one is Mongol getting the Gur, and kind of I think Mongol is pretty decent now. And I've said this I think a couple of weeks ago, but AoE 4 is becoming a game where a lot of the civs are very similar, balance level, and we see a lot of players prioritize certain civs over others because it's their play style, and I think
Mhm.
that's really good for the game, and I think that's really cool as well. Once you start noticing like, oh, this guy's really good with this civ, and this guy is good with this civ that not many people play and stuff like that, kind of opens up for a lot of possibilities.
You are hungry, we're all hungry. So, one last question to you. While you were playing your games, there was a sort of in production discussion about pizza, and Core pointed out that he wants mushrooms, salami, and a bit of garlic on his pizza. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, core and opinions, you know what I mean? I mean, what? I mean, that's just a keg W right there. That's a recipe for disaster, not for a pizza. I mean, listen, whatever he likes, it is what it is, right? Let the man eat whatever he prefers.
What's your pizza of choice? We want to know, like, what's a champion's pizza?
Uh, I'm not too into pizza. I just get the regular, cheese, maybe some mushrooms, pineapple with or without. I don't care. I'm not too big on like having specific pizza, and I just don't like olives. That's a big no. Anything else is okay.
I 100% agree. Yes. Well, we're going to have to get a pizza sponsorship for the channel because we've been talking about it for the past hour now. But thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that series. We'll let you get going there, but it was definitely wildly entertaining to watch, as a reverse sweep always is.
Yep. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy the games, and I will see you next week.
Indeed, goodbye. Congratulations again.
Peace.
And with that, it's time to close the shop for today. Another weekly event in the books. We'll be returning next weekend as well for the 3rd August weekly. And on the following week, we're going to have 2 more players securing their spots for a Heidelberg LAN in the August monthly event as well. 15 GMT every single day on each weekend for a long, long time still. So make sure to tune back in. Fitz, it was a great casting with you. It was great being back to AoE. I was missing this so much. It was a great day. Any closing thoughts from you?
It was just so much fun seeing all those different strategies today. I think I'm going to have to go back and review a few of those games just for some of the wildest strategies. I was like, man, this would have been a great one to put on YouTube. That would have been a great one. So I'm sure hopefully these casts get lots of love on the YouTube channel as well that EGC TV has. So make sure you're subscribed over there. But pleasure to cast with you as always, Lidakor.
Indeed. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in today. Just a side note from Beasty's girlfriend. According to her, he puts ketchup and mayo on his F-Ink pizza. That's the closing thought on the pizza discussion. So, in case you wanted to know how Beasty eats his pizza, it's ketchup and mayo. This is probably a great closing thought, the conclusion of the entire day. This is how Beasty eats his pizza. We will be back next week. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in today, and we will see you next week.